operations center and that kind of thing?
Yeah,
You know him?
I know Jack very well. Yes, a tremendous supporter of the program. I was more referring to the 10 million anonymous ones. There's been some things come through, that I've heard rumors of. All that stuff's very positive. I've been told that we have enough money to be able to get the thing started. I had my first meeting with the architects last week. So that's step one. They're hired, and I'm giving them some thoughts, and they're starting to put some things down on paper. So the thing's going to happen. It's going to proceed, which is going to be great. Can't get here quick enough.
Specifically when someone like you steps up like that, he and his wife, your thoughts about it?
Well, it's not surprising because they've been doing that for a long time here. His name's on a lot of this stuff over here, in the stadium and over here. Just a great supporter. And we can't do it without those guys. Their list is long. I don't want to start naming names because I forget some people, but there's a whole list of people that are, very generous, and we can't do it without them.
And can you talk about the expectations put on this team, because there are a lot
Yeah,
of those
I
put
can
on.
talk about that. That's good, positive press for the University of Houston and our football program, and recruits pay attention to it. It's what we want. It's what the expectations are here. Our first team meeting was this morning, and I told them, look, we're 0-0, and everything that happened last year don't count, and all the expectations and all the preseason accolades and all that stuff doesn't mean anything. It doesn't. It's about what happens practice 1 through practice 25 and being in the best position as a football team to be able to play that first game against UTSA.
And as you begin camp, is there areas that take precedence a little bit more in terms of what you want to look at, positions, that kind of stuff?
It's really everything. That's a very common question when it comes to, what we feel like we need to focus on. We need to focus on everything right here. That's not, that's not coach speak. That's just true. We want competition everywhere. Do we think Toon's going to start? Well, yeah, probably. Is Tank going to start? Yeah, probably. We know who the left tackle is. We know who the center is. But there's competition. There's building depth. Offensively, I'd probably point the finger at the right tackle and the split end. As far as that's kind of who we need to. We got a lot of bodies stacked on top of each other right there. Defensively, backup corners. Specifically, but it's competition everywhere.
You've got Clayton and Ike. Is there an emphasis to get Lucas as much work as you can without disrupting things with the season?
Yeah. I don't think either one of them can get to where Ike is right now, to be honest with you. So Ike is our backup. I put him on scholarship. He earned it. There's still going to be competition for who's number 2. Those other guys without 3 years of reps are going to have a hard time catching Ike. And I can say the same, there's that, you can have that same conversation everywhere. I put Bubba on scholarship too, because we got a kicking competition going on right now. Those two guys are 3.5 students and seniors going into their last year of eligibility, so I felt like that was very good.
When did you do those things, put both those guys on scholarship?
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. We had to do all the renewals around July 1.
Do you have like a ceremony for them when you come?
I just announced it. I'm not, you guys know me well enough by now. I'm not looking for fake news and, stuff to make me look good. I don't care less about all that.
How do you look at your tight end spot?
Yeah, same thing as backup quarterback. Christian's got a lot of snaps under his belt, looks really good. We have, around 6 new bodies behind him, so we got to rep them, we got to practice. That's why we have 25 days of camp, and you sort it out.
You get a lot of offensive questions, but your defense coming off the year they had, the guys that we've talked to seem even more motivated to build off of that and make it where it's just not 1 year.
Yeah, we got a lot of guys back. We know that. We got 3-4 guys that are all in NFL camps right now that are going to be hard to replace, and Logan Hall and David Anini, Marcus Jones, Peppa Williams. Those guys made a lot of plays, right? So a lot of guys to choose from, and we just got to rep them and log the reps and get through camp to see how we're going to slot them.
Is it too soon, I know it's your first, but you see these guys work out in the off season. Is it too soon to know that your guys are ready to be ready, that kind of thing? Or?
Yeah, they're ready. We had a great summer. Best summer I've been involved with. Coach Bauer is very happy, our strength and conditioning staff, which has been, very consistent here for the first time maybe ever when it comes to like the same 5 guys doing the same thing for going on 4 years now for our 4th summer. That's fairly unheard of in college athletics. So Darryl and his staff did a great job. We had 3 weeks in June where we worked with them offensively and defensively. Made coaches take vacation for 3 weeks and just turned them over to the strength staff, for 3 weeks just to kind of get away from them. And then we came back and we did 2 weeks of a bunch of team competitions and some special teams work. So 8 weeks of summer was very productive. Very happy with where we're at.
How important is it to get to that offensive line to where it can be, a difference-making unit? And what have you seen so far as that, groups comes together?
Yeah, stability and continuity is important. Being in the same system with the same guy leading the charge there is important. First 2 years we had 20 different starting offensive lineups in I think 20 games, and last year we had the same 5 start for 14 games. So continuity is huge. We lost 2 of those guys, and Dennis, and Cody, and so then we got to replace those guys. But Jack's feeling pretty good in at center, who's got starting experience. Again, it's that right tackle spot. Ruben started before, and we got a couple of transfers that we're going to rep there as well. We got to figure out who the top 5 are and then build continuity, but also get to where you got, the 6th guy ready to go, the backup center ready to go, a swing tackle ready to go, so you got your top 8.
Everybody that expected to be here?
Everybody that was expected to be here is here, yes. There's, who the injured guys are. There's 3 of them, Josh Atkins, young kids, he wasn't going to play. Garfield Lawrence probably wasn't going to play. We know the big one, Alton's here. He's running. He looks good out there. You guys will see him out there. And, other than that, hopefully the rest of the guys stay healthy.
David, can you even potentially think that Alton could be back toward the end of the season, or is that just
I don't
not
think
going to
so.
happen?
I mean, that's completely out of my control.
Well, I know that.
Completely out of my control. I mean, you don't know. I mean, go ask a doctor.
What's the total number of guys?
We got about 113 right now, so.
How about your weapons? Some of these young guys have to come around, but do you feel like potentially you get even maybe more weapons?
Way more than last year. I mean, we were a one-man show last year. Herslow came on towards the end. Keyshawn was kind of okay in the middle. Not a lot, right? But you see him out there. Joseph Manjack had probably the best summer, so he looks really good. Matt Golden had the best spring. He looks really good. Sam Brown looks good. C.J. Nelson, C.J. Goodry, Cody Jackson, Conway. There's a bunch to choose from. It's called competition, so I'll go out there and coach them up and see which one rises up.
Danny, you're not the type that looks at age and says, okay, that's to keep a guy off the field. I mean, if a guy's ready.
Right now, Matt Golden's the starting Z. I can tell you that right now. So, is somebody going to beat him out? Manjack is going to start pushing. So that just develops competition, and they're all going to play. I mean, you need more than just one. I mean, we were pretty lucky to get out of some of the games last year with the lack of depth that we had. That's been fixed, and now we get to coach them and see who rises up.
Coach, how satisfied have you been with the progress the staff made recruiting-wise in the summer?
Yeah, I was happy with where we're at with it. It should be getting better, and it is. So our 22 team is obviously complete and out there, and I think our bodies look better than they have since I've been here. It's been going good in summer, but that's just a constant, never-ending deal. I mean, last Saturday we had 22 to 25 guys at that cookout where they were anywhere from 23s to 24s to 25s. We're getting different guys here. And we're staying in that conversation later. Once that thing starts being built out there, we'll be able to close a little bit easier.
How much is Golden being here in the spring help him? And what have you seen from him?
A lot. He was real slow in the spring for the first 2 weeks, and then we took spring break. He came back, and something just started clicking for him. So it'd be hard for any freshman to, get playing time, let alone start, if they just get here in the summer. But he's a different, special kind of young man. So he's very mature, he's very hardworking, doesn't say anything, and can go get it. Everybody's complaining about our deep threats. Well, we got some guys that maybe can go get it.
Is-
Going and getting it's not coaching. I can tell you that right now. I mean, that's just flat out being able to go do it.
Bubba and Ike are the only two that got put on?
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, see you guys out there, okay?